Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Edu Abroad with Bijal. Today I'm going to share everything that I know about studying, living and working in Europe. For the ones who don't know, I am Bijal and I have studied and worked in Europe for quite a few years. In fact, that's not it. I have also visited several university campuses across the world to bring to you the most authentic information directly from the source. I have visited HEC, INSEAD, NYU, Columbia, etc., and have spoken to hundreds of students pursuing MBA on these campuses. Today, I'm going to share everything that I've learned from this journey, and this video is going to help you figure out whether pursuing an MBA in Europe is worth it or not. Before I talk about the top European MBA programs, let me just give you a quick background about MBA. So, MBA actually originated in the US, and Harvard was one of the first universities to offer an MBA program. Europe actually caught up on the MBA trend much later, and INSEAD was one of the first business schools to offer an MBA program. Now, because of this, MBA is more of an American concept, and that's why US has a lot more MBA programs as compared to Europe. However, the European MBA market has also evolved, and if today I had to explain the European MBA market to you, I would divide it into two types. So, the first type is the elite, reputed, expensive MBA programs like these, for example, HEC, INSEAD, Oxford, Cambridge, IESC, etc. While the other type would be the more affordable, newer MBA programs like ESMT Berlin, WHU, MENAIM, etc., as you see on the screen. Now, which MBA you should pursue depends completely on your career goals, your life goals, your budget, your salary expectations, and your personal situation. Now, these type 1 MBAs are extremely reputed MBAs and can cost you anywhere above $100,000 for a 1 year MBA degree. While these type 2 MBAs are newer, are decently ranked, and are more affordable and can cost you anywhere around $50,000 or above for a 1 year MBA program. Next, let's talk about the structure of a European MBA program. Now, if I had to explain it to you, I would divide it into these four specific points. First is duration. Now, European MBA programs are smaller in duration and are generally anywhere from 12 to 18 months. Next one would be batch size. Now, European MBA programs have small, intimate batches as compared to the American MBA programs. And yes, there are exceptions like INSEAD and HEC, but generally speaking, most of the European MBA programs have like small cohort size. The next would be diversity. Most European programs are extremely diverse and international in nature, and the business schools make sure that they select students from across the world. And the last and the most important point to note is high mobility. Now, a lot of European MBA program graduates end up going to different countries for internships and jobs, meaning it is not necessary that if a student pursues his or her MBA from France, will end up in France. It is possible that he or she would end up going to London for a job. So, European MBA program graduates experience a lot of mobility within Europe, which is very good, especially for internships and full time job opportunities. Okay, so now let's look at the most popular regions to do an MBA program from Europe. So, the first one obviously has to be France, which has HEC, INSEAD, which are the elite options, or ESSEC, ESCP, which are more affordable and decent options. The next one would be UK, which has LBS, Oxford, Cambridge, which are elite, reputed, and like old, really popular MBA programs. Then we have Germany, which has more affordable options like WHU, MANIM, HHL, etc. And then we have Spain, which has IESC, SRA, which are like really good MBA programs, but a little more expensive. And lastly, we have other MBA programs in other regions like IMD in Switzerland, Bocconi in Italy, or Copenhagen Business School in Denmark, which are also really good and I would say old reputed MBAs. Now, which region you should pursue an MBA program depends on your career goals. So, if let's say you want to settle in Europe, then you want to go for a more affordable option because salaries in Europe are moderate. Let's say if you want to get into consulting or investment banking, then you want to go for more elite or bigger brand names like HEC, INSEAD, IESC, etc., which can help you move to London or Middle East for these kind of roles. So I'll be soon talking about jobs after MBA programs in Europe. But before that, I want to touch base upon the difference between an American and a European MBA. So the first point of difference is obviously the duration, like we discussed. In Europe, MBAs are generally 1 year in duration, while in the US, it's about 2 years. The second and the major point of difference is careers post graduation. Now, in case of Europe, jobs post graduation really depend a lot on your previous experiences. While in case of US, it allows triple jump, meaning most MBA programs help students transition into a new location, new industry, and a new function. The next point of difference would be the total number of business schools. So, in case of Europe, there are about 25 decent MBA programs, while US has a lot more business schools offering very good MBA programs. US has about 50 good MBA programs that you can apply to. The next point of difference, like I mentioned before, is class size. Now, Europe generally has more small and intimate class size and could be anywhere from 50 to 200 students. However, that's not the case for US, and there are a lot more students in each class. And generally, all the top MBA programs have more than 500 candidates. Next point of difference would be affordability. Now, Europe, like we discussed before, has both affordable and expensive options, while in the case of US, most of the MBAs are generally very expensive. The last and a very important difference to note would also be about GMAT exemptions. Now, in case of European MBA programs, hardly there are any business schools that offer a GMAT exemption. But in the case of US, a lot of top universities are now offering GMAT and GRE exemptions. Now that you know the difference between an American and an European MBA, next I want to discuss with you jobs post an MBA in the European market. But before I talk about that, let me just quickly tell you a little bit about me. So I am Bijal and I run a study abroad boutique called Edu Abroad. Here we help candidates get into the world's best MBA and related management degrees like MIM, MPhil, MEM, etc. So if you're someone who wants to get into one of the top MBA programs, either in Europe or anywhere in the world, feel free to reach out to my team on this WhatsApp number. All right, so let's talk about the most important thing that you all have been waiting for, which is jobs after MBA in Europe. Now, after graduation in Europe, generally students end up going to four major locations as per my conversations with students studying on these campuses. Now, they told me that most of these students end up at one of these four locations. First is Middle East, second is Europe or UK, third is Asia, and the last one is going back to their home country. Now, in case of Middle East, they end up going to Dubai, Riyadh, Abu Dhabi, Saudi, etc. for roles in consulting or investment banking, and generally they get starting salaries of about 100,000 euros. In case of Europe or UK, they end up going to London, Luxembourg, Amsterdam, Berlin, Frankfurt, etc. And most of these candidates end up into a more general management kind of roles like strategy, marketing, pricing, or more industry focused like energy or tech. Now, in this case, the salaries are anywhere around $80,000 or above, depending on the candidate's previous experiences. Now, the third region which I mentioned was Asia, and here they end up going to either Singapore or Hong Kong. Now, this is a very small percentage of students who end up going there, and most of these graduates end up getting jobs in finance or tech. Now, the salaries start anywhere from 75,000 euros, but they could be a lot more depending on the candidate's previous experience and the domain he or she is planning to work in. Lastly, they end up going to their home country. For example, they go back to India, Nepal, Bangladesh, or wherever they've come from. These students are those students who maybe did not get a job in Europe, or maybe by choice they just wanted to go back to their home country and start working there again. So these are the four regions where you will end up if you pursue an MBA in Europe. This is mainly because mobility in Europe is really high, and alumni from all the top MBA programs in Europe are spread across the world, majorly in these four locations. So, if you're someone who wants to study or pursue an MBA in Europe, you need to first figure out what domain you plan to work in. And according to that, you need to find the right fit for you, meaning you need to find the right business school for you. And you need to figure out where most of the alumni are working. That brings me to my next and the most important point: how do you get into these extremely competitive European MBA programs? Now, just to quickly run you through the process, these MBA programs look at four major factors to select you. First is your academics, which means CGPA, GMAT, and your research papers. The second one is your international experience. Third one would be your work experience. Generally, European MBA programs require a lot of work experience, generally 5 years plus. Last one would be extracurriculars. European MBAs are really focused on, your overall personality. Tend to select students with very diverse and interesting profiles. So, if you're someone who wishes to get into a top MBA program, keep these four factors in mind. If you're seeking professional help in your study abroad journey, feel free to reach out to my team on this WhatsApp number and we will help you get into one of the world's or Europe's best MBA programs. For the ones who don't know, I am Vijal and I help candidates get into the world's best programs and universities. So if this video was helpful for you, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and don't forget to like it.